Hi guys, you're watching Cardz TV, and this is Tuesdays with Expression on Wednesday. I'm so sorry guys, I was so busy yesterday, I just did not have time to get this video done and posted. Please accept my apology, but we're going to go ahead today. I started thinking about Thanksgiving is almost here, and I wanted to make some place cards for my Thanksgiving table. And I didn't want them to be too fancy, but yet not too plain. So I started looking around at what I could use to make my little place cards. And I found a card in the Doodle Charms cartridge. Who knew? I didn't realize there was a card in the Doodle Charms cartridge, but there is. And there's also some leaves in this cartridge that I really like. So we're going to use the Doodle Charms cartridge, and then in the Artiste cartridge, I found a banner and a feather that I wanted to use on my place card. So those are the two cartridges we're using today. I got my paper from this Die Cuts with a View Harvest Gathering Mat Stack, and I think I got this last year. So it's an older one, but it may still be available. I think I picked this up at Joann's. And for the sentiment on my place card, we'll use the Cardz TV Count Your Blessings stamp set, and there's several on here. I was thinking about May You Be Blessed, or Counting My Blessings, Life's Little Blessings, Blessed Beyond Measure, God Bless You. But I decided on Count Your Blessings. So that's the one we're going to put at the bottom of the place card. I'll get this out of the way and we'll get started. Here is the little card I cut from the Doodle Charms cartridge. And you'll find this on page 131. Here it is right here. Now I cut this on real dial size at 5.5 inches. If you don't use real dial size with this one, it cuts it out really, really tiny. So remember, real dial size for this at 5.5 inches. Okay, I took my Teflon bone folder and got a nice crease on there, and I love the edge on this. That's just so neat. Now before I do anything else, and I probably should have done this before I folded it, I'm going to go ahead and stamp Count Your Blessings at the bottom. I'll be using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I've already got my sentiment, Count Your Blessings, on my stamp press. And we'll get that inked up. And I'm just going to kind of put it in the center, just eyeball it, right down close to the bottom. There we go. Now, I wanted to add a banner right across here. So I found one in the Artiste cartridge on page 66. Here it is right here. And I cut this at 1 inch. And this is on the paper saver mode. And here it is right here. And this is that paper from the Die Cuts with a View mat stack. And I really like it because it's got raised dots and they've got a little bit of glitter on them. I don't know if y'all can see that. Got to have just a little bit of glitter, don't we? I'm going to add that right there on the front of my little place card. Okay, I've got my banner attached to the front. I really like that. Now, I went back to the Doodle Charms cartridge for some leaves, and these are on page 115. So we've got to go back just a little bit. Here we go. I like this little leaf right here on page 115, and I cut 2 of these in different colors and different sizes. I cut a marigold leaf at 2 inches, and then I cut one out of orange at 1.5 inches. And you can see they have just a little bit of a slit down the center to make it look more realistic. So I'm going to take some Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink and my little finger dauber, and I'm going to go around these leaves, and especially right here where the little slit is, I'm going to kind of fold it to get one side and then the other, just to emphasize that center part. And then I'll go around all the edges. I got both my leaves done, and I decided while I've got the ink out, I'm going to go ahead and just do some inking around the card as well. And I should have done this before I put the banner on, but that's okay. I can get it everywhere I need it to go. I've got my leaves attached. The marigold leaf is put on with the two-way glue pen, and then the orange one is popped up on one thickness of foam tape. Now, I decided I wanted to add something else right up here, so I went back to the Artiste cartridge, and on page 78, there's a feather, and I love this little feather. I think it's so cute and just the perfect touch for right there. And I cut this out at 2 1/4 inches, and I just used some ivory cardstock. Isn't that neat? Love that. Now I'm going to lay this on some scrap paper, and I'm going to take my Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink, and I'm going to go all over this feather. I'm going to do the edges first. You can see how all those little cut lines on the feather just start to pop out when you do this. And then I'm going to lay it down and just go all over the feather. Love the way that looks. Okay, now we're going to get this put on, and I think I'm going to put it on some foam tape as well. And I'm going to add it right here, just like that. Love the way that looks. That turned out so neat. So I'll get my foam tape on, and then we're going to come back and I'll show you what I'm doing for the name, and then we're going to put some Wink of Stella on the leaves and the feather. Okay, here's my place card with my banner, my leaves, and my feather. Now I need a name right here. And this is where I used my computer and a punch. I just went to my computer and picked the font that I wanted and the size, printed it out, and then I used a punch to punch this out. I'm going to put this on some foam tape and put that right there. But first, I'm going to take that Tea Dye Distress ink and give this some ink around the edges as well. I love the way this turned out. Now, if I can find it in all of this, here we go. I've got my Wink of Stella brush marker, and I'm just going to take a clear one and go over the feather and the leaves and just give it a little bit of sparkle and shine. Here are 2 finished place cards, and I've got lots more to do. We want to have a beautiful table for Thanksgiving, but we don't want to have to spend a lot of time on things like place cards. And these are pretty simple to do, and you can mass produce these in just a little bit of time. I think they'll make my table look really pretty with the beautiful fall colors, and I really love this feather. I think that just adds a really nice touch with the leaves. Thank you so much for stopping by today, guys. I am so very thankful for all of you. You're always so kind to me with your comments and your thumbs up, and I just appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you again soon with another card. Bye now.